would you mind telling me...
It's soaking.
Yes, I can see that, but what is it?
It's a butter churn. You have to soak them. The wood shrinks.
Oh, good. Maybe if it shrinks enough, I'll be able to get the kettle underneath it. Where did you get it?
The garage sale at the hospital.
And what are you going to do with it once it finishes soaking?
Oh, you never know when it'll come in handy.
I'm glad they didn't have a steamroller for sale.
Of course, I could always use it to make butter.
No, it's uneconomical. You'd have to buy the cream.
Not if we had a cow.
We've got a cow.
Oh, No Name's too young to milk. She hasn't even had a calf yet.
Look, Molly, I thought we'd agreed.
Brendan, now that Chloe's bottle fed, wouldn't it be nice if we had our own fresh milk to give her? And our own cream and our own homemade butter?
Yeah.
We'd be much more self-sufficient. Now, Bob Hatfield thinks it's a great idea.
Yes, but Bob Hatfield wouldn't have to be doing the milking.
No, I will.
Look, Molly, this is crazy. Look, you're tired. You're run down. I thought we'd agreed that you'd do less work.
Brendan, it's only one little cow. It'll be fun, not work. You mean you found a cow already?
You haven't changed your mind, have you?
Oh, no, but I just thought you were making a few inquiries.
Well, I inquired and I found one out at the Kennedys. You know, the Kennedys got that big dairy out along the Burrigan Road.
Oh, I know Louisa.
Louisa.
Oh, what does she look like? The cow, I mean. What colour is she?
Only two things count when you're buying a cow, Molly. The price and whether she's a milker.
Oh.
Anyway, I did a pretty good deal for you. Got an old separator thrown in as well. So what do you reckon? Tomorrow?
Right. Tomorrow.
How's Brendan? Happy about it?
Oh, Brendan's delighted, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get old Bluebell installed first thing in the morning, eh? Come on, old girl. Come on, come on. What do you reckon?
Oh, Bob, she's beautiful.
Yeah, to a bull, maybe.
Lovely. Oh, where's Brendan? He ought to be here.
He's on night shift, isn't he?
Yeah, but I woke him up.
Come on.
Brendan! I knew he'd want to see Bluebell.
You sure of that?
What do you think?
It's a cow.
Brendan, it's our cow. Isn't she great?
Real good milker.
Terrific.
You could show some enthusiasm.
Whoopee! Good night.
He likes her really. He's just a bit tired.
Ah.
I thought Louisa would come.
I talked me out of it. Want to get Bluebell here in one piece.
Oh.
Anyhow, she's all yours now. I'll be back to Savo just about milking time. Show you how it's done, right?
It's not hard, is it, to learn?
Nah, it's like falling off a log.
Oh, that's what I told Brendan. We're going to get on fine, Bluebell. Aren't we, old girl? Hmm? Yoo-hoo, it's only me. Are you all right? Who put that there? I did, just for you. What on earth is that?
It's your separator.
Oh, I've never seen one before.
You probably never will. Must be 30 years old. Still, it works. At least it did till I dropped it.
It looks terrific. What do I do?
Well, I'll show you that after we've done the milking. Putting it together's the tricky bit.
But I thought Bob was going to teach me how to milk.
Oh, so he said. I bet he hasn't milked a cow in years. Come to think of it, neither have I. Not by hand. Still, it's like riding a bicycle. You never forget.
I just hope I get the hang of it.
Oh, you will. It's easy. It's as easy as falling... Well, it's easy.
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, I'd love some. I'll put the kettle on.
Oh! Louisa, you just sit there. I'll bring it out.
That's it. That's an old girl. See, Molly? So you do it. Slide that thumb down firm but gentle, eh?
Nervous breakdown, my foot.
Haven't finished yet. Think you get the idea, Molly?
I thought I did before.
Well, come on now, you have another go.
What's wrong?
It's the way you're sitting.
Well, that's the way Bob was sitting.
Well, what she means is a different technique, so you just make yourself comfortable.
Oh.
Remember, not just squeezing. Got to slide those thumb down firm but gentle, right?
Look at that.
Yeah, milk.
Hi.
Hi.
Bad day.
Lousy day.
How's Roger?
Oh, you know, resting comfortably. God knows what's going through his mind, though.
I know what you need.
So do I.
A
A
drink.
beer.
Why don't you just sit down and I'll get it for you?
How's Chloe?
She slept like a lamb all afternoon.
Oh, I see. So she'll want to rage all night, will she?
I'll tell her Dad's tired.
Oh. What's that?
Milk.
It's warm.
It was inside Bluebell an hour ago. Isn't it wonderful? Pure, fresh milk. What's the matter?
Look, Molly, I don't wish to appear ungrateful, and I'd certainly hate to offend Bluebell, but I loathe warm milk. Can I have a nice cold beer?
All right, Brendan.
Look, I'll have the milk before I go to bed.
Oh, that's a good idea. It'll be nice and cold by then.
No, I'll have it hot, with a nice large slug of rum.
Oh, yuck.
You want a cup of tea? The kettle's boiled.
No, thanks.
Oh, no. Molly, we've already got enough milk to launch the QE2.
Well, it would help if you wouldn't suddenly switch to black tea.
I didn't suddenly switch. I often drink black tea. Anyway, that's just a drop in the ocean. Why don't you give a bucket to Doris?
I already have.
Well, it's just got to stop.
Brendan, cows have to be milked. Now, you can't just leave them to blow up.
Well, Molly, all I'm suggesting is that you somehow or other cut down on her milk production.
Oh, I see. Well, that's easy.
Well, thank heavens.
I'll just get a potty calf.
No, Molly, that's not what I meant. Look, no more animals,
Brendan, I am trying to do what's best for the baby. Now, I thought that's what you'd want too.
Look, I don't know. Ask Louisa. Maybe she'd have an idea.
Okay, I'll ask her, but I bet she suggests a potty calf. And in the meantime, I do think you could drink white tea.
You wouldn't believe those kids, Molly. They're working around the clock on Roger. Lessons for this, lessons for that. Never-ending exercises in standing, sitting, walking, eating, drinking. Their dedication, it'll get them down in the end, though. All that effort and so little to show for it.
I know exactly how they feel.
But I'm sure they're going to believe it was worthwhile in the end.
I wish I did.
What do you mean?
Have you noticed that there's hardly any milk in the fridge? No cream?
Well, I didn't, actually, but the beer's cold for once. What did you do? Bathe in it like Cleopatra?
I made butter.
Oh.
Talk about huge efforts for small results.
Is that it? Oh, well, it looks terrific.
Do you think so?
Yes, well, you can't really beat natural butter, can you?
Yes, it is nice, isn't it? It's so pure and natural.
And golden.
Yes.
Well done, Molly. I'm proud of you. Mwah. Well, what's for dinner?
Toast.
Now, who's that? Eh? Who's that, holding the prettiest girl in the world?
Oh, heck. I forgot to buy more rennet tablets.
Molly, she distinctly said Dada.
Did she, darling?
Dada? That's genius. Recognising me in a photograph and then saying Dada.
That means I'll have to make another trip to the chemist, and I just hate going in there. She's such an old witch.
Who, Mrs. Martin?
Yeah. If it's a choice between saying something nice and something nasty, she'll choose nasty every time. Mr. Martin's really lovely, isn't he?
Ah, one of nature's gentlemen with a harridan for a wife.
Whoop. Something no one will ever be able to say about us.
What, me being a harridan or you being one of nature's gentlemen?
Your mother's a smarty pants. Did you know that, Chloe? Hey, look. She thought that was funny. Oh, yuck. Not more farmhouse cheese.
Yep, I've still got buckets and buckets of milk. That's why I need the rennet tablets.
Hey, they should make a horror movie out of it. An attractive young couple asleep in a lonely farmhouse, unaware that in the kitchen the Kurds are revolting. Suddenly, before anyone can stop it, they sweep through the valley.
But I can't waste the milk, Brendan. That cow just doesn't know when to stop. And she's been producing even more since she's been at Louise's.
I must ask Simon if you can OD on milk products. Can you OD on milk products? You see? The word of an expert.
I think we'll have Gwendolyn in plum. What do you think?
It should suit me, should it not?
Definitely. And Cecily in white because she's the ingenue.
When are you going to have time to make the costumes?
I haven't the faintest idea. Oh, no, not more milk.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, hello, little treasure. Can I have a nurse, please?
Sure.
She's beautiful, isn't she? Oh, I wish I had one. Don't fancy my chances, though.
Why not?
Oh, you've got to find a fella first, and that'll never happen.
Why won't you ever find a fella?
You've got to be joking. Who'd want a clumsy klutz like me?
You're amazing, Louisa.
That's not the word some people had used to describe me.
It's like you're two different people. When you stood up and started reading the play at rehearsal, you moved beautifully. You weren't shy, you spoke up, you were perfectly confident.
I know. When I can pretend to be someone else, I'm fine.
Because you're not so self-conscious.
Well, why can't you do that in ordinary life?
I only wish I could. Oh, you should have seen me when Stanley Crockett came into the club. I knocked over his boards, I bumped into him, I couldn't put two words together. He hardly noticed me.
I find that hard to believe.
Do you want Stanley to notice you?
I do think he's pretty terrific.
Well, then do something about it.
What? Every time I look at him, I trip over my own feet. He must think I'm a dill.
Oh, rubbish. If you want something, you have to go after it. You've just got to work out the right way, that's all.
Who's a pretty girl, then?
Morning.
Hi.
I'm on my way over to Stan Crockett's place. They're Kelpies whelped.
Oh, and no doubt you put in a good word for Louisa while you're there.
Well, I've gone off the whole idea.
Why?
I know how furious I get when I'm matchmaked.
Yeah, but Louisa needs help.
Yeah, and Stan might just be interested.
Well, give them a little push. Where's the harm?
Okay, that's all I wanted. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Come on, I'll drop you off to see Dad while I do some shopping. I would take you with me, but I've got to go to the chemist again. And I don't want to expose you to the wicked old witch from the West. Cotton buds, baby oil. Oh, yeah, don't forget the rennet tablets. Please let Mr. Martin serve me.
20 years, and what's changed? You're still a weak, pathetic little nobody you always were.
Please, Jean, I try my best.
But everyone likes you, don't they? Poor old Harry having to put up with that dreadful wife of his.
That's not true.
I know what goes on. And you encourage them, don't you? You want them to hate me!
Mrs. Jones. Sorry, I was on the phone. Now, what can I get for you?
Oh.
Coco.
I don't think I can stop right now, Brendan.
Molly, I know Simon's after an Academy Award, but it is, after all, only the Wandon Valley Players. I don't think Oscar Wilde's going to turn in his grave if you stop for Coco.
Tar. Oh, it's these stupid costumes. First they wanted English high society, and now it's Outback Australia. And I'm trying to save on material, and I'm running out of time.
Look, you've got a farm to run and Chloe to look after. Let them go on in the nutty.
They're depending on me, and it's important to Simon. You know it is. It's very important to him.
Yes, but it won't help him any if you collapse with exhaustion, will it? Hmm?
I don't feel really good, Brendan.
Yeah, you look a bit flushed. No temp, though. Early to bed, I reckon. Good night's sleep.
What about these?
They'll probably change it all back again in the morning, Molly. I don't think they know what they're doing.
I do feel a bit woozy.
Come on your feet. Take your cocoa with you.
Brendan.
Hmm?
I love you.
I love you too.
There's an apple pie in the oven.
Oh, thanks. But I don't really feel like it just now, though.
I do, a really big piece. Could you bring it in for me?
Well, hang on. A minute ago, you were feeling woozy.
Must be a fever or something. I'm starving.
9 cream curds hanging on the wall. If one cream curd should accidentally fall.
Brendan,
Yes, Molly?
did you clean out the pig pen? It smells awful.
Yes, of course I cleaned the pig pen out. It's spotless.
I feel sick.
Well, hang on. A minute ago, you said you felt fine.
I'm going to be sick.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop it! You've been fed to dry, now stop it!
Molly?
She's been deliberately naughty. Right, madam, you can go to your room.
Go to a room? Molly, she's only 10 weeks old. Well, what's for tea? Good grief. Molly, what's this? Oh, it's Doris's food, right?
Rice and potatoes for us.
Rice and potatoes. Well, what's for dessert?
Rice pudding and chocolate cake.
Oh, Molly.
Brendan, Chloe has been driving me mad all day long. Now, don't you start.
Chloe driving you mad? Hey, shh. Look, she's beautiful, she's a genius, she's ours, and we love her.
You should see the size of her mouth when she cries.
Oh.
I don't think I can cope with 2.
2? Two what?
Oh, what do you think? I'm not talking about cabbages.
Oh, you mean two Chloes? Molly, you're kidding me. Molly?
I don't think so.
Louise's trouble is that she's too quiet and shy when she's around Stanley. She's putting him off her.
Well, she shouldn't be. She's a really nice person.
Yeah, but Stanley's never going to find that out, not unless we do something about it.
How can we give her confidence?
Keep her on the stage.
I don't get it.
Is that a new diet or something?
Mm.
Oh. Well, anyway, we write a part for her to play. And we get her to act it out for Stanley when they're together.
But that's cheating.
Not if we get her to be herself.
Oh. You make her think she's acting a part, but really it's her.
Yeah. She's nice, bright, intelligent, sensitive, romantic. We write a script for her, get her to learn the lines, and then act it out for Stanley, and he's hooked.
Who's going to write the script?
I will. Simon says I'm good at it. And you can write the really romantic bits.
I don't feel romantic.
Eating cold potato, I'm not surprised.
Vicky, it's so swift, isn't it? Time, I mean, it just rushes by and suddenly...
Hey, Molly, what's up? Come on, let me help.
Nobody can help. It's all so free and innocent and beautiful.
What is?
Love, life, romance. Like Louisa and Stanley. Look how it ends. Look at me.
Ends?
2 children under the age of 2, that's how it ends.
2.
I think I'm pregnant again. I don't want this, Vicky, I don't. It just can't happen, it can't.
Isn't she beautiful?
That's not the most important thing, you know.
What isn't?
The fact that she's beautiful.
Well, don't you think she is?
Of course I do. I'm just saying that there are other things that are much more important. I don't want her to grow up with people complimenting her on her looks all the time, as if that's the only thing that matters.
Well, it certainly won't be a hindrance to her.
It will, as she grows up thinking that's all she needs.
No. You are a beautiful little thing, though, aren't you?
That's what I mean, Brendan. I don't think we should say that to her.
You mean we should tell her she's ugly?
Don't be silly. Of course not. I'm just saying that we should start now by complimenting her on her other qualities.
Like what?
Well, we could tell her she's smart or that she's good when she is. I mean, if she was a boy, we wouldn't be telling him he was beautiful, so why should we do it just because she's a girl?
Yeah, you got a point.
If he was a boy, we'd be complimenting him on how strong he was. I mean, if he picked up his rattle and shook it, we'd say, "Aren't you a strong boy?"
You're absolutely right. Gee, Chloe, what strong muscles you've got. And if you have a boy next time, I'll tell him how beautiful he is. Molly, what are we going to do if you are pregnant again?
Do you want a piece of cake with your tea?
Molly.
I don't want to talk about it, Brendan.
Molly, we have to talk about it.
I don't.
But be sensible. We have to discuss it.
I don't want to be pregnant again so soon.
Well, whether you want to or not, you might be.
And I might not be.
So if we don't talk about it, it won't happen. Molly, not talking about it's not going to make it go away.
Brendan, Chloe's now 3 months old,
Happy 3 months, Chloe.
which means she's now due for a triple antigen shots.
Oh, we're going to have our shots, are we? So we
No.
don't get any... What?
I'm surprised you didn't tell me how dangerous they were. How could you just stand by and let me put poison into poor Chloe's veins?
It's not poison. Molly, you know what the triple antigen shots are for. If babies don't get them, they run the very real risk of getting diphtheria, whooping cough, or tetanus.
Nobody's heard of those diseases for years.
Yes, but babies used to die in their hundreds before the triple antigen shots were organised.
If you keep a clean house, it's not necessary anymore. It's only important for those people who live in dirty conditions and don't know anything about hygiene.
Who have you been talking to?
Alice Keane.
Oh, that hippie couple from over the ridge.
Oh, they're not hippies. They have a different lifestyle, that's all.
And have you seen their kids? What a skinny, miserable, pale-faced looking bunch they are.
Did you know that the triple antigen contains pertussis?
Pertussis.
Pertussis. It can cause severe brain
Oh,
damage.
it's very rare, Molly.
Then you admit it can happen.
Yeah, well, I don't know the statistics, but it's a very small percentage.
If it's your baby, it's 100%, Brendan.
Look, I'll get you some statistics, some documented evidence, and we'll talk about it again.
You can bet on it. The medical profession's too quick to pump us full of chemicals these days. Heaven knows what they do to us.
Oh, rubbish. Look, I've worked in hospital for 8 years, Molly, and do you know how many bad reactions I've seen to injections?
No?
Yeah, well, not very many, Mol.
Hello, Mrs. Shaw.
Oh, hello, Molly. Oh, I haven't seen that one before. Is she good?
Oh, yeah, she's very good.
Oh, she's a pretty little thing, isn't she? Oh, she coming for her vaccinations?
Just to be weighed. I'm getting more information before I decide to let her have the shots.
Oh, my kids have had them. All 6 of them.
Did you have any trouble? You know, any reactions?
No. Oh, they get a bit cranky on the night they have them, but Narelle here had a bit of a temperature. That's just to be expected.
Some babies have convulsions.
I've never heard of that.
Did you ask your doctor if there are any side effects?
No. After all, he's the expert, isn't he? Oh. Go on now.
Yeah, that's the trouble, I guess. We've really only got ourselves to blame.
Kids used to die of the whooping cough. My gran lost 6, no, tell a lie, 8 that way.
Well, it's different now.
Oh, you're not wrong. We've got the vaccinations. I've never heard of anybody suffering badly from the injections.
Hello.
We're on our way to release baby Possum. I thought you might like to have a last look at him.
Oh, Well, do you have to let him go?
According to Vicky, I do.
Of course you do. You'd be better off outdoors. Possums are not supposed to live inside.
Exactly what I said, Brendan.
Where are you going to put him?
I've got a nice piece of bush picked out for him.
I bet he'd like a banana.
Hey, sit down. I'll get you a drink.
Oh, no, we'd better get a move on.
Poor little thing. Who's going to feed him in the bush?
He'll feed himself, Molly. How do you think possums normally survive in the bush?
Yeah, but that's different. This little one's been brought up as a human.
Yeah, that's right. He might know what to eat.
Might starve.
Look, you two make a great pair. I'd hate to think what would happen if you married each other.
We'd keep lots of animals, wouldn't we, Simon?
Yeah, and have dozens of children.
Not after you finished arguing about the first one, you wouldn't.
I see.
I think we'd better get a move on.
No. You can get in on this.
No, look, I never interfere.
She doesn't want Chloe to have the triple antigen.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, you think so, do you? Well, perhaps you should take some fat, Doctor.
Look, let me tell you some facts, Mrs. Jones.
White wine?
Oh, I'd love some.
Do you have any idea how serious those old childhood illnesses can be?
Old being the operative word. Nobody gets diphtheria or whooping cough anymore.
Yeah, they didn't. Not for years after the immunisation was freely available. But now, however, they're coming back. And you know why? I'll tell you why. Because women like you up and decide not to have their children immunised.
Some babies, some poor, defenceless babies develop a destructive
Encephalopathy.
a severe brain disorder.
Does it say there what the statistics are? What percentage of children are really affected?
Well, it's
Go on, Molly. What percentage?
1 in 300,000, but if it's your child, it's 100% to you.
And if they're not immunised, the mortality rate is about 1 in 1,000, most occurring in infants under 12 months.
What guarantee have I got that if I have Chloe immunised, she won't have a reaction that could leave her permanently brain damaged?
Do you have any strong family history of epilepsy, convulsions, or similar central nervous system disorders?
No.
You?
No.
Well, does that absolutely guarantee me that Chloe won't be affected?
Well, not exactly, but...
Look, you two needn't look at each other. It's my baby, and I'll do what I like with her.
No, you won't, Molly.
Simon constantly amazes me. He was absolutely wonderful with that woman, and he saved the kid's life.
Well, that's his job. He's a doctor.
Yeah, well, I know that. But 1 minute he's a complete idiot, and then, well, you saw what he was like with the possum. You would have thought it was the end of the world. And then he performs an emergency tracheotomy using available materials. I mean, I was impressed.
Well, so he should be. Vicky, what am I going to do if I'm pregnant again? I love Chloe, but I don't want another one so soon.
Bit late to think about that now, isn't it?
I know. It's my stupid fault. I should have been more careful.
I think Brendan's partly to blame.
Oh, what am I going to do? How can I tell him I don't want the baby?
Well, have you talked to him?
I can't.
Oh, don't be silly, Molly. Of course you can talk to Brendan.
Oh, no, he'll probably be all clucky and want it and think I'm a terrible mother because I don't.
He wouldn't think that. Speak to him. See how he feels.
I can't.
Molly.
You think I'm here because of Roland Smythe King?
I know Brendan would have told you about the diphtheria. Now, it wouldn't have happened, Molly, had he been immunised.
I know that. Well, Brendan and I talked about it last night. And we're going to have Chloe immunised. That's why I'm here.
It's a sensible thing to do.
What will you both say to me if Chloe turns out to be the 1 in 300,000 who has the reaction? See, in England, a bill was passed through Parliament allowing compensation to be paid to those persons severely disabled by vaccination. And a law passed stating that skin tests must be given to babies to indicate the safety of the immunisation.
I didn't know that.
I just think we should be told of all the possible side effects of any vaccinations or any treatment. We're just asked to go along with whatever the medical profession says. No questions asked.
Well, I don't believe in that.
Well, I guess it's not really up to the doctors. It's up to us to ask the questions. And I'm going to go on asking questions, Simon, until Chloe's old enough to ask them for herself.
I think I'm in love with him, Molly Jones.
Daddy's got to go to work now. Yes, I know you'd like me to stay home with you all day. I'd like that too, but I can't, can I? Eh?
How is she?
Fine. Wonderful.
She's not hot? Feverish?
Molly, she's had no reaction to the injection at all. Look at her.
We were lucky.
Well, the odds were slightly in our favour, remember? 300,000 to 1.
And do you know the odds against a woman falling pregnant again within 12 weeks of giving birth?
I didn't know there were odds. Besides, that's a different thing altogether.
It certainly is.
Your mother's a little bit uptight, Chloe. Yeah. Chloe might be going to have a little brother or sister. And Daddy might go mad. Well, I don't know what Doris looks like to another pig, but through my eyes, she looks great.
Do you really think so?
Yep. She'd fetch top price at market, Molly. Only joking. Pig is product, as Vicky says, but Doris is family, like Simon says.
I know I tend to worry and fuss a lot about the animals. But when the new baby arrives, I won't have time for any of them, and the whole farm will turn into a giant weed patch.
Hey, come on, Molly. Look, you know things have a habit of turning out better than expected.
Well, I can hardly manage with one baby. And what am I going to be like with two?
I think it's time we had a little talk. Come on, sit. Now, you don't want this baby, do you?
I know it's a terrible thing to say, but no. And I feel really awful about it because I know how much you want another child.
Yes, but I didn't want it so soon either.
You mean you don't want another baby?
Well, I know what a strain it is on you, and I don't want your health affected.
Oh, thank you, darling. It's the nicest thing you said to me all week. I've thought about terminating the pregnancy.
Yeah, well, I don't think we should consider that. I think we've just got to cope with the situation the best way we can.
Why shouldn't we consider it?
I just don't think we should.
Well, I think that's a bit selfish of you, Brendan.
Listen, I have as much say in this as you, Molly.
It's my body we're talking about. Now, I think I have the right to make the decisions there.
Yes, but it's our baby we're discussing, and I think I have just as much right to make the decision as you have.
The changes are happening to my body. Now, I think I have the right to make that decision. Chloe's asleep. I'm off now, Brendan.
No, you're not.
What are you on about, Brendan?
My old mum gave me one piece of advice when I told her I wanted to get married. She said, never let the sun set on an argument. And I did last night, Molly. I had a terrible night. So I'm not going to let the sun get over the yardarm on the same argument.
It is my body.
But you gave it to me.
Yeah. Oh. How can something that gave us so much joy the first time give us so much despair the second?
Because it's the wrong time. But I've been thinking at least this way they'll be both off our hands at the same time.
You're mad. But I love you.
And I love you. And we'll cope. All of us.
Terence shouldn't be long with the tests, Molly.
Oh, thanks.
Close families can be a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
You feeling all right, Molly?
I'm just a bit nervous, I guess.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, no, thanks. It doesn't matter. Will it be much longer, do you think?
Not long now.
Molly, tests were negative.
Does that mean I'm not pregnant?
No, you're not.
Oh.
I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, Brendan convinced me we could cope, and I got used to the idea.
I suppose that seems perfectly logical to you. Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, darling. Isn't it wonderful news? Once I got over the shock of not being pregnant after the shock of thinking I was, I went to Barrigan and I... Oh, Brendan. Oh, thank you. Oh, it smells good. We're going to have a perfect dinner. Are you all right?
Yeah, fine.
You sounded a bit quiet when I phoned to tell you the good news.
Oh,
You are pleased?
I just think it's terrific news. You know what I mean.
Our next baby's going to be just as carefully planned as the first.
And I'll drink to that. Ta-da!
Fools never differ.
And so, what did you do all day?
I went to Barrigan and I splurged.
And what did you splurge on?
I bought a book called Eggs for Profit.
That'll be news for the girls.
And I invested all the farm profits in a commercial incubator and 40 dozen fertilized eggs.
Henry has become redundant.
You're not mad?
Remember? Me hospital,
Me
you
farm. That's why I adore you.
Yeah. All this slavish affection's going to ruin your standing as a feminist.
Never.
Unhand me, woman.
Can't you keep still for a minute, Henry? I can't draw you if you keep moving around all the time. Look, I know you're not a professional model. But please, Henry, try a bit harder. Oh, please, Henry. Look, I've done things for you before. I got you out of that chicken wire when you got caught in it and the dog nearly bit your head off. I'm not rubbing it in, Henry. It's just an example. Give and take, Henry. That's what it's all about.
Mother's not really a nut, Chloe. She just acts like one.
Thank you, Henry. I knew you'd understand.
Look, I still think you're crazy to go ahead with this chook costume, Molly. You know that little Johnny Higgins isn't going to be out of hospital in time for this school pageant thing.
Well, the poor little kid can at least have his chook costume when he was so excited about being in the pageant.
Yes, but he may not want it now.
Well, I'll keep it. Oh, for Chloe. She might need it one day.
Uh-huh. I reckon you want it for yourself. That chook costume is symbolic.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It's a subconscious reflection of your true self. I think you really want to be a chook.
Oh, is that what it is?
And there's the chook farm.
Yes. That scares me a bit, you know, Brendan.
Scares me a bit, too. They'll multiply incessantly, and you won't have the heart to sell them because people eat chooks, and we'll keep them all. I keep having this recurring nightmare. You, me, Chloe, and a million chooks.
No, I'm not going to be stupid this time. I am going to be a cold-blooded, ruthless business lady. I'll be the Colonel's supply. You wait and see.
Sure.
You hear that, Henry? You do as you're told, or you'll end up finger-licking good. So, we need special pens, wheat, grain, straw for the nests, and a cement floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. See, with battery hens, I'd say we only need one rooster for approximately 18 hens.
Only one rooster?
More or less. Well, Henry's already got 16 hens.
Well, he looks okay.
Still, we can't have a tired rooster. I better work it out properly. All depends on the number of hens.
Do you know, if I was assistant director of nursing, I could be getting an extra $120 a week.
Oh, you'll never be that, will you?
Well, I'm doing it already, Molly. As deputy matron, assistant director, it's all the same thing. I mean, I'm always standing in for Marta. An extra $120 a week, that's a lot of money, Molly.
Well, yes, but once we get the battery hens working, I mean, even with all the overheads, we could be making about $150 a week.
Yeah. I think I'll apply for it.
Apply for what?
Oh, this job. Assistant director of nursing at Burrigan Hospital.
Burrigan, you'll have to drive all those miles every day.
Yeah, well, it's a step up, Molly. A bigger job.
But why?
Well, the usual reasons. Job satisfaction, achievement, more money.
But you were gradually going to move away from nursing and join me in farming, and now you're talking about advancing a nursing career.
Yeah, well, we're hardly ready for that yet, Molly. I mean, we're not making enough money from it, are we?
You do want to be a farmer, don't you?
Yeah. Of course I do.
Well, it won't be long now. Once we get all these battery hens working, we'll be on Easy Street.
And the roosters? Hang in there, Henry. There's a new day coming.
Oh, mind if I come in? Oh, Vicky, it's great to see you. I needed some company. Now, one thing I hate about creative work is the isolation.
Good, I've bought some scones.
Oh, great. I think I've got some jam somewhere.
Boy, what a day. I've done nothing but groom pampered pets and show animals. They talk to them as though they were people. And as for that high-toned Courtney Fraser...
Who?
Oh, I don't want to talk about her. I've just left her in her tantrums. I had to be with someone who's normal.
Who, me?
Well, at least you've got your priorities right. What are you making?
A chook outfit. I've been doing my research on Henry. I've been studying him while I've been working. And you know, I've been finding out some really interesting things. Very unexpected things.
Yeah, I suppose you would.
Yes, we spend a lot of time together, he and I. Just sitting here, watching each other, talking to each other. And I've come to the conclusion that Henry's no ordinary chook. You see, the other day I was having a chicken sandwich, and I felt a bit guilty about eating it. I mean, he was looking at me. So I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "I'm sorry, Henry. I hope you don't mind." From then on, it was okay. I'm really sure that he understood. Come on, Vicky, have a scone. Vicky, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. So now you're making him something to wear, right?
Who?
Henry, the chook who understands.
No, this is a costume for Johnny Higgins. Ooh, no wonder you needed to get away from those people and their pampered pets. You're losing all your perspective. I mean, Henry may be intelligent, but he's still only a chook. Do you want a scone, Henry?
Mr. Jones, why don't you take a break yourself? Have a cup of coffee.
Oh, no, thanks. I've got to see to Molly. That's my wife. She's bringing in this costume to show little Johnny. Oh, no, Molly.
Yeah, George, if you can get your group organised out your way. Yep. Well, I've rung Peter. Yeah, he's getting the people on the ridge together for a meeting. We can coordinate decisions from all the area groups. Right. Okay, well, I'll speak to you later. Bye.
How's it going?
Easy. Everyone's rearing to get into the fight. So far, we've got 4 district meetings for tonight.
Great.
Have you got everything?
Oh, yeah, but I've got to go and talk to some people at the supermarket.
Hello, Vicky Dean. Yes, Beverly. Yeah, that's right. Person-to-person calls to the Minister and Mr. Fisher in Canberra. Yeah. Well, Bev, if you've already got 30 calls waiting to be put through, mine can wait. I'll be here all day.
It's working.
You've been busy. Yes, Bev. Yep. Right. Well, I'll pass that on. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, that's very kind of you, Bev. But, well, we were hoping that you could sort of run the communications. That's right, yes. Oh, that'd be terrific. I'll keep in touch.
If you don't, she will.
Oh, dear. She wants to organise a bus in to Parliament House in Sydney.
Oh, great. We could chain ourselves to the railings.
And she's heard about our strategy meeting at Marta's house tonight. She wants to come along and give some tips.
Oh, no. You put her off?
Yeah. She says she endorses any decision we make as long as we give them hell.
Well, she needn't worry about that. Well, now for these posters. I've got some really terrific slogans worked out.
Oh, great. Let's get started.
Well, as soon as you get the letter written, Merchant, I'll pick it up.
I don't mind typing it.
Yeah, and we'll all sign it. That should make them sit up and take notes.
Yeah. Well, I think Terence should write it.
Oh, no, you're the matron. You've got all the facts at your fingertips.
Yeah, well, we better go, Molly, if we don't want Doris to report us missing.
Yeah, well, if I get in contact with all my heavy city contacts...
Okay, thanks, Molly.
What happens to dinner?
I'm sorry, so hungry. Bye.
Have you got your car here, Terence?
Oh, yes, thanks, Simon. I'll just stay and give Marta a hand to clean up.
Oh, sorry, Martha. Look, I could.
No. You go, Simon. You're on call.
Oh, right, yeah. But I did leave you a number, Beverly. Martha's number.
Are going to realise they've bitten off a lot more.
Yeah, well, now the meeting's over and we're here.
The wrath of Wandon Valley.
Yes, I was going to let you know.
It'd be like a flea bite.
Well, I don't know why Marta's not answering a phone.
Do anything.
Yeah, but
Look, Beverly, does it really matter?
don't want to let
And maybe she took the cat for a walk.
We don't want to be outmanoeuvred.
All right, she hasn't got a cat. Look, Beverly, now that you've found me, why don't you just give me the message?
Look, I just think we should be realistic.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, well, thank you, Beverly. Good night, Beverly. One of these days, Beverly. One of these days.
You got to go on a call?
No, a message from Uncle Ralph. He wants me to ring him tomorrow.
Uncle Sir Ralph, the big shot.
Oh, he's the one that you said might know what's going on in the corridors of power.
Well, he didn't seem to know much the other day when I rang.
Great. That must mean he's interested in helping us.
Well, he wouldn't have rung you back otherwise, would he?
Probably to tell you to forget it, Simon. Don't get involved in a lost cause.
Brandon, it's not a lost
Yeah,
cause.
look, once these politicians make up their minds, what the people want has got very little to do with it.
You know why? Because of just that attitude.
Yeah, people like you are beaten before you start.
Yeah, it's just that negative, oh, what can we do sort of stuff that lets them get away with it.
All right. It's not a lost cause.
Yeah, I'll fight.
That's woman power.
But what if we don't?
It'll be your fault. See, look at all these names I've got already.
Well, that's terrific, Molly.
Yeah, all I have to say is petition to save the hospital, and they've got their pens out.
Yeah, but you've got to be careful, though. I collected signatures once for a petition, and not everybody's fair dinkum about it.
That is just smart Alex City people. Here people care. I mean, look at that. Rhonda Jackson, Ida Dugdale, Jim Griffin. All good citizens, sincere people. Harry White, Mrs. Harry White.
Zorro.
Well, there could be a Mr. Zorro in town. And a Snow White. And a Mr. Magoo. How could they?
Oh, Molly, there are always some nongs. You just got to keep your eye out for them. Now, come on, keep it up. You're going great guns.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go to the supermarket and do a few things there.
Yeah, I should be going too. I'm supposed to be helping Marta.
All right. Well, I just left those petitions for the staff and patients to sign.
Okay.
Bye. Now, this is our opportunity. Now, the minister's coming tomorrow. We're going to have to be ready for him.
Oh, we'll be ready, Molly. Don't worry about that. Won't we, darling?
We'll be ready.
Betty doesn't show up.
No, he's definitely coming.
Of course he'll come. Willie Ashdown would have fixed that. He wouldn't let us down.
It wasn't him, Bob. It was us. It was our petitions, our letters. They just couldn't ignore us any longer. Are you all right there with the cookie?
Yeah, she loves it up here.
It was the pressure from the people who used the hospital. Now, we've got to show them we mean business. We're not going to let
She's
up.
on solids now.
All you people over there, have you heard the news?
You remember your Uncle
Well, they're sending us some big shot politician here tomorrow. Because they know that we're mad about about
And
them
Molly won't
closing
let her
our
eat
hospital.
anything but organic
Well,
vegetables.
if we're going to fight, we're going to need all of you. All of you. Listen, everybody, listen. This involves all of you who live in Wandon Valley. We need this hospital. You need this hospital.
Molly, Molly. Hey, Molly. Come here. Come here. Use the microphone. You've got to blast them away from the poker machines. They're all as thick as bricks, this mob.
Thanks, Cookie. Please, everyone, this is serious. Now, this is your hospital I'm talking about, the place where you were born, most of you. The place that you fought to get here. Now, they could take that away from you. Are you going to let them do that?
No, we're not.
Are you?
No, we're not.
Well, then you're going to have to fight for it. We're going to have to get out there tomorrow and show those city slickers they can't get away with it. We're going to get out there and show them that we mean business. Wandon Valley Hospital is going to stay open. Right. Are you with me?
Valley, good citizens, I only wish I had the opportunity of addressing you on a happier occasion. I've looked over your little hospital here, and may I say, I am extremely impressed. The staff here are as dedicated and efficient as anywhere in the state, in the country.
We know that.
But the problem for all of us is money. We in the government often have to make tough decisions, but we make them without fear or favor. You all know your local member, Bluey Ashdown, as a man who cares. And I am sure he is as impressed as I am with your genuine concern about the situation. I, for my part, will be taking back to Sydney your quite natural objections with regard...
What about our hospital?
What about the hospital?
If we thought that there was any alternative to closing the hospital, believe me, we would have taken it.
Oh, you...
And I ask you to remember, you are not being left without adequate hospital care. The expanded hospital project at Burrigan will benefit everybody in the area. And it is a testimony to the policy of the Longside government in providing the best possible aid to everyone.